Hey guys, this is Chad Joyce with Palm Real Estate, and welcome to our latest edition of Foreclosure Friday. Just mumbled those words there. Today we are in Aubrey, Texas. We are looking at the property at 3212 Buckskin here in Aubrey. This is a 3-bedroom, 2-bath home, 1,450 square feet, listed for $299,900. This was built in 2020. We're starting to see a lot of these properties come on the market. Just due to a lot of people buying at the height of COVID and the prices there. So, we're starting to see a little bit more affordable homes coming out. So let's go on in, let's check this one out. Let's see what it looks like and see if this makes a good deal for somebody. All right, here we are. Walk right on in. Got that tiled hardwood look. Looks like I pissed off. Got another one of these homes with the security camera in here. That'll go off in a second. But looks like you got the living room right here. There's the front door. We got the tiled hardwoods throughout here. It opens up into an open kitchen. We're going to walk down this way so we stop setting that off. Nice little galley type kitchen here. Granite countertops, stainless steel appliances. You can see there's not washer dryer, but the microwave with the oven and the stove on top. It's all electric. You can see there's another a little bit more cabinetry over here. Does not go all the way up to the ceilings, but you do have tall ceilings here. There's your fridge connection with your outlet. And it looks like we've got an eat-in dining area here. Now you do got nice recessed lighting in this one. Oops, just ran into the wall. So you can see you got good recessed lighting. There's a lot of cabinetry. It does not go all the way up to the ceiling, but there still is a lot there. So there's the front of the house that we walked in on. Let's walk back this way. Here's the hallway. All the bedrooms and bathrooms are back here. So here's the secondary bathroom off on the right. Again, you got this hardwood looking tile in the bathrooms, kitchen, living area, and hallways. And in the laundry room, you can see right ahead there. The bedrooms do have carpet. So here's bedroom number 3. This will be a quick walkthrough. This isn't a big house, and it's in really good shape. You do not have a ceiling fan in here. You have a decent sized closet. And, the room's about a 10 by 10. The joke always goes, it's a little bit bigger than a cubicle, which is which a lot of people are not too thrilled about. But, when you have a smaller property like this, the bedrooms are going to be a little bit smaller. Here's bedroom 2. Again, recessed lighting, no ceiling fan. There's no marks on the walls, really. The carpet, you can tell it is used. It hasn't been replaced, but it's in pretty good shape. I mean, got one little stain there, but overall, this is in good shape. I wouldn't even replace it, whether you're going to move into it or use it as a rental. This is one of those that you just clean the carpet off of, do a good steam cleaning on. Our laundry room, washer dryer connections, is all electric there. There's no gas. You do have a little bit of cabinetry there. Got a hallway linen closet. Some extra storage space. And then we got the primary bedroom right over here. This does have a ceiling fan, so I lied earlier. Sorry about that. Do have a ceiling fan. 2 windows in here. Again, we're all carpet. Pretty good size primary suite here. Coming on in, here's the primary bathroom. Double vanity sink. with cabinet space underneath. Again, we're back to the hardwood wood type. It's not really hardwood. It looks like hardwood, but you can see, this is really tile. It looks like wood. You have a shower over here on the left. There is no bathtub in this one. And remember, if you've seen some of the earlier videos, a lot of the starter home builders are not putting bathtubs into homes anymore. That started with D.R. Horton and Lennar about 10 years ago, and a lot of the other ones have picked that up as well. There's the primary closet. Lots of extra space there. Private toilet area, and then looks like we've got, a little bit extra laundry or storage in here. Someone had fun down here painting. Do have a little bit of damage there. Someone tried to do some touch-up painting. Looks like over here there's some scratching on the trim. So again, not really, much of a big deal or anything that's going to affect value. So the house is in really good shape, ready for move-in. I would say if you're going to be even a owner-occupant or a landlord, this is one that would be ready to go right away. Let's go out the backyard and see what we see. And again, we've got a nice covered patio here. Good sized yard. Man, this is a big yard. 6-foot wood fence. You got the metal post. Now, one thing you got to remember, you can see right here, this is a retaining wall, and depending on where that retaining wall lies, on whose property, that's who is going to be responsible for that. So it's one thing that people don't really realize. They may be responsible for a retaining wall. That's not an HOA responsibility or anything like that. That's a homeowner responsibility. So there's the back. You can see that got a nice decent sized roof, good sized back patio. So let's go back to the office. We can run the numbers, see if this is something that's worthwhile for anyone to have to invest in or move into. All right, guys, we're back in the office here, and we're going to take a look at the property we just walked through. We're going to check out the comps for sale and for lease, and kind of see if this is a good idea. Right now, let's see what we got here. Here's our home right here, 3212 Buckskin Trail, listed for $299.9. 1,450 square feet, 3 bed, 2 bath. Basically just all the information that we had out there. One thing that is interesting about that property, it does have a pretty high HOA. Right there you can see $750 a year. Not great. So that's got all of that. Let's go back over here to the mouse to see what the history is, or how long we've been on the market. They've only been on the market, it's right here, DOM, 16 days. So they haven't been on there that long. There is actually a mud there as well, so possibly some extra costs. We'll have to see. So let's go check out the comps. And what I did is what I typically do. We'll point it out to you here real quick. We checked the city, Aubrey, you can see right there. Looked in the subdivision, this is Aspen Meadows. You can see right up here. Where's there it is right there. There's our subdivision. So Aspen Meadows, I just put in Aspen because there's only one subdivision in Aubrey that starts with Aspen. We're looking at the close in the last 90 days, which is 3 months, any active properties, and any properties that have gone pending in the last 90 days. So we'll look at that and see what brings up is 14 matches. You can see right down here. Look at our results. And this is kind of what I expected. There's 12 actives and 2 sales. So that basically tells you right there, if there's 2 sales in 3 months, you're going to have to get through 6 cycles of 3 months, which is an 18-month inventory in order to sell all of these properties. So, we're starting to see that in some of these, I guess some of these newer communities that are a little bit farther away from normal market areas. As far as pricing, you can see right here, there are two other homes, basically the same floor plan. They're priced at $310,000, $325,000. This one's at $299,900. I really don't have any sales. Let's see if we can find, let's go back and see if we can find something older. So let me pull this out. Let's go back and we'll look at the last 6 months. So 180 days. Got a few more, got 5 more sales. And again, here's our sales. There's nothing that's small. So as a last ditch effort, let's just go back a year and see what we find. Got 7 more sales. Okay, so here we go. Here's a 1,501 square foot home, 1440, 320, 330. So, excuse me, you can see how those homes, having sold that long ago, let's look at the close dates on them. This one closed September 2024. You see right here. And then let's go, oops, gotta get off my pencil. Not that one, this one. That one closed September 20th, right here. So you can see, oops, didn't mean to hit that button. There it is. So you can see just in, the 7 months, October, November, December, January, February, March, April, 7 months basically since those closings, there are 3 properties all listed below, the one's at 325, but pretty close to below. You got the 3 properties already listing below. It's a race to the bottom. I would say that this house on Buckskin, it's priced pretty well. $299,900, that's a fair value for the house. The real question is there going to be a buyer for it? If there's a homeowner, that house is great. If you want to move into a home, you want to get affordability, you're buying at a very good price. If you are a fix and flip investor, I wouldn't touch this with a 10-foot pole. You would have to get that property $100,000 off in its current condition because you really don't know what it'll sell for. Let's go check out the lease comps, which is this one. And let me see what I pulled up. I pulled up the last year of leases in that subdivision. So that's really showing us right here. You got a 1,602 square foot house leased for $2,000. I think it's fair to say you could lease that house out for $1,900, but there's just not much available here. So let's go back to our calculator. If you guys have been on this before with me, I've got a little calculator here. We got all the information on the property there. I went ahead and put the ARV right here at $299,900. I think that's a fair price for the value. Again, it's going to depend on whether someone actually buys it or not. That's really the issue. I set our purchase price at $299,900, and I left all, you can see here, all the repairs are, there we go, all the repairs are at 0. There's no repairs. I put in here the rent, $1,900, HOA, $750. Here's our taxes, and this is where you get killed. Taxes are $7,461. Insurance is probably low right now at $2,000. That's a basic, builder's grade insurance. If you want more, it's going to be higher. So I pull all that over, and this next page is where I do the rental analysis, and that's what all of this is. So what I have in here, here's the rental rate. I'm estimating the insurance at, or not the insurance, the interest rate at 8%. I think it's actually going to be higher than that. Interest rates have been all over the place right now. I set this up just to kind of see what the return is if you're a cash investor. I put the loan amount as 0%. That's what this is. So you can see right here, there's not a loan. So there's no mortgage payment. I do have maintenance. I do have management, which includes just a management fee plus HOA dues. I think I actually set the management fee to 0 just to look at this. There's your taxes for every 12 months or every month, and insurance. So your total cost, being that basic, is $884.85. Means your profit is $1,000, a little bit over $1,000 a month, if you do it with just cash, which comes out to a 4.06% cap rate. Like that's hard. it wouldn't be, if you need to go, let's see, if we dropped it 50,000. Let's see what the cap rate is here. It jumps up to 5. Now, keep in mind, this is a quick and dirty calculator. I'm not including appreciation. I'm not including depreciation, or anything like that. Or if you wanted to rent out rooms, be a little bit creative in how you lease it. I'm just looking at a straight 12-month lease, and what the numbers are right now. So, like I said, if you want to park some money here, if you have $300,000 that you want to park, this may be a pretty safe investment for you. If you're an owner occupant, that's not a bad deal. You're getting good value there on what recent sales have sold for. If you're a fix and flip guy, this really isn't for you. All right, guys, thank you for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it. You got a good look at what a starter home is here in Aubrey, Texas, just north of 380, and we're just north of Providence Village as well. If you are looking to do as a rental, if you have a lot of money that you need to sit and store somewhere, this may not be a bad idea. It may not be a bad opportunity to look at. There are a lot of properties on the market, so if you are an owner occupant, while this one is the lowest price one, I believe, in the community, there's going to be a lot of opportunity for you. So, I would recommend checking out some other properties as well, having a look at it. But this is price competitive, and this is priced very well. I know that taxes and insurance are really one of those things that are difficult for both investors and owner occupants. You can protest the taxes on this one. You'd have to probably wait till next year, but you would be able to take in your settlement statement and say, hey, look, I bought the property at this amount, and this is where it needs to be taxed at. So that's one thing you can do. Also, we're expecting to see a lot more homes like this who are in good shape, represented well. It's people who bought in that 2020, 2021, 2022 timeframe, who bought on maybe a 3-2-1 buy down program or something like that, where they were expecting prices to go up so that they could refinance and stay in the property. If that is a situation that you do find yourself in, where you're not able to refinance due to taxes, insurance, interest rates, whatever, reach out, because there are things that you can do. There are actions that can be taken that don't hit your credit, that will allow you to sell your home and will allow you to move on before it gets to the state of being in a foreclosure. So again, if that's something, if you're starting to feel a little bit of a hardship there, if you're concerned about prices, please reach out. My contact information is below. And that's valid for anything, whether it's for this or any other real estate questions. Would love to talk to you guys. Reach out, let me know what you're thinking, what you're concerned about, or what your situation is, and we can sit down and talk about it. Until next time, you guys enjoy yourself, have a good Easter weekend, and we'll see you next week.